Well, I don't know about you guys, but I've been looking forward to actually seeing this thing make some chips. So what I've got is I got a piece of stock that I just found in the box over there. I don't even know what kind of steel this is. I put my tool post on that came with the lathe. It's got this carbide braced carbide tipped cutter on it. And what I did was I basically did the old trick of putting a scale in here and then just touching off and looking at it, sighting down lengthwise. I could see that the scale is tipping back this way, which would indicate that the cutting tip there is below center a little bit. So I'm just gonna fudge that. Try to get that up a little higher. I actually tightened this the other night. Apparently I don't know my own strength. If I tap this, should be able to get that to come up. That's pretty good right there. Again, all right. Close enough. Let's get a cardboard box on a little wheel out cart right here temporarily. That's my temporary chip pan because I don't want oil all over the floor underneath there. So I'm going to have to make up a chip pan to go underneath this thing. Alright, so I think I'm about ready to go. I just want to double check my clearance here to this end. There's actually a step right there where it's a smaller diameter. So I know I can use that as my, once I get to there. So I'm just, the jaws are just clearing the compound there, so I probably don't even want to get that close. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna, because this has got a bevel on the edge here, what I'm gonna end up having to do is touch off over here probably, and then bring it off, bring it in, and then go from there. I have no idea what I get the feed rate set at, but well, that's a mess. I mean, I'm not really cutting out here. I mean, I'm kind of far out from the chuck to be cutting this without any without the tailstock supporting it. And to make matters worse, I don't know what that steel is, but that doesn't seem, either that or my carbide cutter's junk. Yeah, I mean, I've got a long ways to go. I got a lot of trial and error to figure some things out. And then the quick change gearbox lever fell out again, so the feed stopped. I've got to fix that. In other words, this handle that's broken, so there's no spring on there. The vibrations made this fall out. And I made the assumption that just because this is the setup that was on here when I bought the lathe, that it works. But now that I'm looking at it, I'm wondering whether or not the rake or the front clearance on that cutter bit is such that when it's in this tool holder is holding it up at an angle like this. And I'm thinking maybe this is by design supposed to be more straight out. So maybe that's what is going on here. I'm not sure. So what I just did was, just for the heck of it, I'm dropping this down below center quite a bit. Now the problem with that is now I'm getting the angle that I want to try and simulate, but now the problem is that I'm way below center. So I don't think that's going to be good either. I've also increased the feed rate just for giggles. Let's try that. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to see that whole piece move. Much better. Well, that made a lot of difference. As you can see, there's going to be a bit of a learning curve for me here with this thing. I mean, I'm just randomly picking depths of cut here. I increased the feed on that last pass, and that improved the finish some. I also noticed that at one point when I was trying to take too deep of a cut, it actually caused the tool post to shift over and change that angle, left to right angle there, and it actually seemed like it started cutting better. So, but I could see the rigidity of this tool post coming into play, or you know, the fact that it's not as rigid as maybe like the quick change would be. Well, alright, I think I'm done playing around with this for now. We've got. I'm gonna get out and cut some firewood today. Oh, geez, I almost forgot. I want to tack on this couple of small items I picked up onto the end of this video. These aren't Craigslist items. This is something I picked up off of the at the tool store. His table of junk that every week has things anywhere from 4 for $1 or 2 for $1 to sometimes as much as $4 or $5, $6 a piece. The table was $6 the week before this, and then it dropped down to $4, I think, the week that I found this laying on the table. And several people picked that up, looked at it, and put it back down. And I looked at it and I realized SPI, Swiss Precision Instruments. I don't know what it is. It's interesting because it's got a T-nut on it, so it looks like it could be tightened down onto a milling table or anything with a T-slot. It's got 2 thumb wheels here that this piece right here appears to be all aluminum. This piece right here goes in and out and can be basically locked into position with these 2 thumb screws. It's got these holes here that I don't have no idea what they're for. It's also got quite a knurled body on it. And then the top piece has got a hole going through it with 2 more thumb pieces to lock in some sort of a rod. So my thinking was, could use it as an indicator holder, although it might be kind of overkill, I don't know, but you know, lock that down to the table, put a rod for an indicator on here, lock that down, and then you've got some height adjustment to play with, which is probably what I'm going to end up doing with it because I have no other idea what it is. And if anybody could tell me, if they recognize, you know, what this is obviously a part of, that would be great. I went online and looked through the entire SPI catalog, current catalog, and could not find this. And it may be part of another like set or something, but I couldn't find it. So if anybody knows what this is, that'd be great. Since I don't really know what it is, it's kind of hard to search for it using Google. And the other item I picked up, this is a $8.50. This is in excellent condition. This is a Starrett automatic punch. Somewhere on here is the model number. I forget where. This is a number 18B by the looks of it. Starrett. So for those of you who don't know how an automatic punch works, say I want to put a punch mark on this steel right here. Hold this down and there's now a punch mark right there. So these typically bring around 15 bucks on, I think, eBay. And since this one's in such excellent condition, I was more than happy to pay him his full asking price of $8.50. So that's it.